from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, the hot topics are burning up, and Wendy's ready to break it all down. And actor David Burtka is here. We're catching up on his life with husband Neil Patrick Harris and his acclaimed new Broadway role. Plus, Wendy might be calling you with a chance to win big as our spring Cha-Ching giveaway continues. Now, here's Wendy.
I'm glad you're watching today. Hey now. Say hello to my co-host, my studio audience. I know, you've got choices. Thanks for choosing us. How you doing? Well, I'm feeling very Stepford. I want to bake a pie, but let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Welcome to my jewel box. Thank you. Make yourselves at home. So, I know, the weekend is almost here. In case you missed it last night, I was featured on Nightline, but it comes on at 12:35, so I understand if you didn't see. Well, you get to see the at-home Wendy. It wasn't done here in the studio, it was done at my house, and you get to see me drive, since a lot of people have a problem understanding that I know how to drive. That's me and the interviewer, Brian Pitts, and we're driving to the deli to get food for my family. And then we were at the house, and Brian even got me to crying. He asked me something about, doing the show and how it makes me feel. And I was telling him that, when people are, on bed rest, having babies, or helping their moms get over cancer, and, anyway, take a look. It's nice to put a smile on people's faces, and honestly, some of my most touching moments, some of my most touching moments with my Wendy watchers are people who say they've battled cancer, and I helped them get through chemotherapy, or, while they were pregnant and couldn't do as much as they used to, but I was there for them. What a mess. Wow. What a gentleman. Thank you, Nightline. Thank you, Byron. A mess. Anyway, Mariah Carey made her Vegas debut, and I'm happy to say she's getting rave reviews. Yes. Her voice is back. She's obviously gained a few pounds, but in a good way. And she's confident about it. Every one of her outfits was very, revealing. There's nothing. What men like in women more than anything is confidence. This right here. Confidence, darling. Part of me thinks that she's been purposely cracking her voice and messing up only to fool us all. In Vegas, because while she was cracking and messing up, we were certainly talking about it, right? Not just us here at Hot Topics, but the whole world. Like, what has happened to the voice? What is going on? How is she going to do in Vegas? She slayed. She slayed. And while she calls her super fans lambs, I've never made it a secret. I do like Mariah Carey, and I would love to go see her residency. How long is she there, Lamb?
3 nights a week in May and in July.
Well, I'm working in May and July, so Mariah, I'll miss you. We're doing Wendy shows till the end of July. If you can stay until August, I got the month off. By the way, she made her grand entrance in a pink convertible, not in the streets, but on the stage. And then she was on jet skis. Now, you know what song this is. When she, you know, Honey, remember? She escaped and she dove in the water and she rode the jet ski. And then she was on the bed. And the bed song was the Wendy interview, I Will Hunt You Down. I gotta tell you something, that bed thing, she took it, I already had this idea, you know, because, you know, I'm in the middle of doing my, my Wendy Williams sit-down comedy tour. I'll be at the Borgata, which is sold out, by the way, on Saturday night in Atlantic City. And I like doing my stories. I don't call them, you know, jokes. You know, they're stories, they're humorous. But I think that my next tour after this sit-down is I told my people I want to call it the lay-down tour because it's just so great. They push you out on stage and you just lay there and you tell jokes. You know? Anyway, good for you, Mariah. Nice. Congratulations. I am only doing the first part of this story for you. The second part I'm doing for all of us, all right? This is my gift. Kylie Jenner, it's the big news this morning that she finally admitted that she got her lips done. I told you she got her lips done all along. Duh. The bigger story is when she's going to talk about her boobs and her butt and the other stuff. Okay, whatever. Whatever about that. Yeah, she's got 22 million Twitter followers, and, you know, my concern staff was like, well, doesn't she owe it to her, you know, young 22 million followers to, you know, tell them the truth so they don't suck into shot glasses to try to make their lips bigger? And I told her she owes her followers nothing, zero. Let those people be raised by their own parents while Kylie's parents aren't raising her. The bigger story is TMZ says that Tyga isn't worried about dating a 17-year-old. Okay, so in other words, he's admitted it for the first time, but he's not worried. And upon further investigation, because, you know, we have a lawyer here every day at Wendy on account of my slick mouth. But look, so we found out the cops won't be investigating unless, even though he's admitted it, unless the parents, a clergyman, a social worker, or a hospital worker complains. Well, now, hold on, co-host. You come from all parts of the world, and you have all kinds of profession. Do we have a clergyman in the house? Only clap. No, I'm serious. Do we have, okay, it's not her parents. Do we have a hospital worker in the house? Complain, okay? My Hot Topic staff is going to help you complain. I don't care whether you're a doctor or whether you scrub the floors. It said hospital worker, right? What else? There's got to be a social worker here somewhere. Is there? Okay. Yes. Suzanne, help her fill out the forms in the commercial break, okay?
I will.
Okay. All right. I mean, don't you think it's wrong that he is now bragging at 25 years old, single father of one, that he's messing around with a 17-year-old? I mean... And don't you think it's even worse that this girl has a mother and father, but both seem so occupied in their own narcissism that they are letting her run around with surgery and a single father who's 20? I would crack my daughter's skull. Honestly. And I would definitely have him arrested. But here's Tyga's thought. Tyga reportedly thinks that she's not like the average 17 years old. She's more mature. She owns a $2 million and something house, and she has a business. Well, I beg to differ. You can own what you want. We all remember what it was like being 17. 17 is 17. That's it. That's it. There's a crime being committed, and doggone it, we have to help stop it. I can't with this stupid show. But stupid is good. Look, I have to talk about Chris Brown. I know I talked about Chris Brown yesterday and the day before and probably the day before that. I wouldn't waste your time today unless it was really important. So pull close. Okay. So, you know, he got back from Vegas. He's with his security people. They twist the lock in the door. They go in, and what does he find? a woman's clothes all over the foyer. Then, look. Then he walks in the kitchen, because isn't that the first place you go when you get home? Whether you're swigging the orange juice or pulling cold cuts out of the plastic. Right? That's me. Look, he goes in the kitchen, and what does he find? I love you spray painted on the kitchen counter. And dishes and food strewn all over the place. So then where's the next place you go? Of course, you run to your garage, or guys do, you know, guys in their cars. And what does he see on his Range Rover? He sees Mrs. Brown, spray painted. So then what do you do next? You go to your bedroom to see what's going on, and what does he find? A naked woman in his bed! We don't have a picture of her. I don't know whether she's hot. I don't know whether she's old, young, black, or purple. I don't know. All I know is this girl could be winning right now with a move like that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Chris is still, but he's still young enough to fall for crazy. You know, at 26, he's got a little tick himself. Crazy knows crazy, and they attract to one another. And if she was hot, say with firm breasts and pillowy lips and a high, large behind, right? And there's a saying that the kids use these days, it's hoes be winning. So she could have really won with this. The problem is that she did all that cuckoo spray painting and stuff, so even a crazy guy wouldn't put up with that. Of course, they called the cops. The cops threw in the handcuffs, took her down to the station house, and that's my Chris Brown story. Was it worth it? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you remember when Miguel, who's a slight 163 pounds, you know, he's like Prince, a little man. I actually thought, I thought that he weighed maybe 123. You know, he's been here. No, I love you, Miguel. I love you. I love your girlfriend, the whole bit. But you're a little man. Sings good, though. Anyway, Miguel, remember when he was on stage 2 years ago at the Billboard Music Awards, and he, out of nowhere, decided to jump over the stage and, ow, my neck. Ow, ow, ow. That's painful just to watch. Okay. He sat on two girls' heads, and I'm surprised he didn't break one of their necks. Anyway, that was impromptu. Fast forward 2 years later, as in right now. Well, one of the women is still hurt, and she's suing him. Now, if you're thinking, why all of a sudden is she suing? Why didn't she sue back then? You know why? Because everyone is not so litigious. You know, like 90% of society will sue over, an egg from the store falling on, the cantaloupe fell and broke my toe. No, but people do that. People are always looking for a quick come up, wasting the judicial system. In the meantime, I guess these girls were fine. They were probably Miguel fans. They did not realize he's worth $10 million. And so they went on with their lives. Well, if I was the judge, I would throw this case out because the statute of limitations is 2 years. I guess they came in right before the statute was over. I don't use that as sneakiosity. If they were going to be real about this lawsuit and really want half of what he has based on, ow, you broke my neck, then they would have sued like the day after. You file that lawsuit right away. So my thought is that girls, take your lawsuit and go ahead, unless you can prove to me that you've been seeing a doctor once a week for the last 2 years, in which case, maybe, okay, then let me see. What are you suing for? You know what they're suing for? $10,000. Now, look. If you listen closely, it sounds like clucking, doesn't it? My co-host, I love you. But honestly, and even the best of us, and I'm not a lawsuit type of person, goodness knows, but wouldn't you sue for way more than $10,000? And wouldn't you have filed this lawsuit like the day after the concert? Yeah. Oh, poor girls. Anyway, just write in the check for the $10,000, Miguel, and keep both feet firmly planted on the ground. Thank you. Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus. Glasses on fleek. Thank you. Miley Cyrus has finally revealed why she's such an overly sexual person. She says, the position I'm in, I feel like I have a lot of power. I know you're going to look at me more if my breasts are out, so look at me. And then I'm going to tell you about my foundation for an hour and totally hustle you. Makes total sense. She's using her sexuality to make us pay attention. And you know what? It works. You know what? Miley's a lot smarter than anyone gives us credit. And she's also just started this happy hippie foundation. You know what it's for? It's for homeless LGBT youth. And if you know anything, if you know anything about the statistics of homeless kids across this country, the majority of homeless kids across the country are LGBT because they announce to their parents that they are gay, and then the parents are like, get out, and the kids don't know what to do, and so they're homeless. So good for you, Miley, and you keep using your sexuality to make us do stuff. By the way, on a side note, she just revealed that she is bisexual, in other words, sexually fluid. Did she have to reveal that, or did we just kind of... I mean, anybody who walks around with pills on their glasses, you just assume one of these pills is the one you take when everybody feels good, no matter what their sexuality is. Good for you, Miley. Thank you. You might want to brush your chest, dear. I don't know what that is. Yes. You've got schmutz on your chest. Okay, so look. Yesterday, do you remember I told you that Bradley Cooper and his model, I guess girlfriend, Irina Shayk, were making out heavily at the Met Gala? I was talking with my friend on Inside Scoop, and he was saying that there were no pictures, and I was a little upset about that. But, you know, like how do people make out at a public place and fly under the radar? Because we are nosy, right? Well, we caught him. They were tonguing down right in the streets of New York. Take a look. No, watch next. Okay, so there were some cynics on our staff who don't like public displays of affection. And maybe that's you too. See, I don't mind public displays of affection. I don't mind this. I don't mind a kiss. I don't mind a swat on the booty. Like, I don't mind any of that stuff. You know, you're not to the point of get a room. But just, you know, a little something, something. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can tell in this picture, it's so grainy that they probably thought that they were alone on the street. And so then my cynics on Wendy's staff said, well, why didn't they just wait to get in the building? I said, well, maybe he's kissing her because she's about to get in a cab to go on a photo shoot. Why are you such a hater? And so, and obviously somebody used like a really struggle lens to get this picture, which is why it's so grainy. I don't know. I like the PDA. I like them together. What I don't like is a man who carries both sides of his backpack. And while we're talking, Converse Chucks turn me off. Like, I know that's a West Coast. The only guy who I think is still hot who wears Chucks is Snoop. That's it. Snoop gets a pass. And I know, look, we talked about this here on the Wendy staff. There's several staffers who wear Chucks, and I'm like, I'm sarcastic. I like your shoes. And when I wear my Uggs, which turn men off, they say, I like yours too. Do you know what I'm saying? But this thing about two sides of the backpack, it's like, what are you, walking across the college campus? Like, unless a guy is holding his kids, you know, or something like that. I don't mind a backpack, but I like the one arm sling. Or hold it by this little toggle up here. But not this two-arm thing. Anyway, it is time for me to use my sexuality to tell you about something good. I want to remind you about the Avon 39. It's the Walk to End Breast Cancer. It's a 2-day, 39-mile challenge that asks for everything that you've got. And so far, over 200,000 people have earned their 39. And now it's your turn. All you have to do to commit is to fundraise $1,800, and then you can join Team Wendy and the show. We'll walk together. We'll have a fabulous time. Money raised will help put food on the tables of breast cancer patients, enable them to have access to mammograms, and even save lives. There are still 5 Avon 39 events happening across the country this year, and I'll be attending the walk here in New York. Mother's Day is coming up, so why don't you make it an event? A meaningful time together, right? Visit the link below and get $10 off your registration fee. I hope to see you there. We've got more terrific show for you, everyone. David Burtka is here. You know, David is now starring in the new Broadway musical, It Should Have Been You. He also happens to be married to Neil Patrick Harris. Plus, another Wendy watcher is going to have a chance to win up to $5,000 playing Spring Cha-Ching. But up next, it's time for Celebrity Lookalikes, so don't go away. Mother's Day early with an all-new Wendy. Attention last-minute shoppers. Give Mom the wow factor this year. We've got the hottest gifts. I love it! Guess what, Mom? You're all going home with yours.
Tomorrow on an all-new Wendy.
Celebrity lookalikes. Our first celebrity lookalike is from Kayla H., who watches The Wendy Show on KXRM in Greenlee, Colorado. Kayla thinks that she looks like Lea Michele. Now, here's the real Lea Michele. All right, and here's Kayla. Look, I lied to you not. I lied to you not. Our producers literally had to stalk her down on social media to make sure that this is not Lea Michele trying to pull a funny one. Kayla is in Colorado, and I got to tell you, she said that she has to get rid of her bangs sometimes so that people stop stopping her. She's a 26-year-old mother of 3. And that is Lea Michele, you've got a twin, and her name is Kayla. By the way, Lea Michele, everybody, is she and her boyfriend Matthew Potts just celebrated their 1-year anniversary of dating. Okay, our next celebrity lookalike comes from Tawanda B., who watches The Wendy Show on WTTG in Woodbridge, Virginia. Tawanda thinks that her cousin James looks like Morgan Freeman. So let's take a look at the real Morgan Freeman, and let's take a look at cousin James. Well, you know what? He's Freeman-esque. It's the hair. It's the pissed off look in the mouth. And it's the under eye thing. Now, I see cousin James has bags, Morgan has freckles, but it all evens out. Yeah, very nice job. All right, by the way, Morgan's new movie, it's called 5 Flights Up. It hits theaters on Friday. He keeps a job, Morgan Freeman. Okay, let's move along. Our next celebrity lookalike comes from Simon W., who watches The Wendy Show on BET in London, England. Simon thinks, okay. Simon thinks that he looks like Prince William. All right, so here's the real Prince William. Now let's take a look at Simon. Yes? You know what? He's William-esque. I wouldn't stop him and mistake him for William, but certainly, Simon, you are William-esque, and congratulations to William, who became a dad for the 2nd time last week to his Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana. This is our last one. Celebrity lookalike comes from Tracy F., who watches The Wendy Show on WOFL in Orlando, Florida. How you doing, O-Town? Tracy thinks that her friend Craig looks like David Letterman. So let's take a look at Craig. And let's take a look at David Letterman. Craig, no, we don't need to boo. Now, that's my co-host. Now, no, Craig, you don't look like David Letterman, but you're handsome nevertheless. Thank you very much. By the way, the David Letterman show will be going off the air as of May 20th, and I'm proud to say that I was one of his thousands of guests. If you or someone you know looks like a celebrity, share with us the photo. Go to wendyshow.com. Up next, the Broadway star, David Burtka, is here. Is a talented actor. He's a newlywed. He's a dad of 4-year-old twins. He's also starring on the hit Broadway musical, It Should Have Been You. Please welcome to our show for the very first time, David Burtka.
Thank
you, David. How are you? You must have had a great night's sleep. You sprung out of here.
I slept a little bit. A little bit.
It's a little easier now that the kids aren't so little.
Yeah, I mean, you can reason with them now.
Yeah.
It's still like, Daddy, get out of bed.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Go get Neil. Go get Papa. Kiss him. Wake him up.
My mouth's watering.
Oh, I hear you have a shoe cam.
Put your feet on those feet.
Oh.
Give it up. Give it up. Love them.
It's my ode to Dorothy, or, you know, no place like Ho-Mo.
So I saw you and Neil on the red carpet for the Met Gala.
Yes.
Was this your first time going?
No, we went last year.
Yeah.
Now that we're New Yorkers,
Yes.
we're getting invited to these things now. It's
Yes. Well, because Gwyneth Paltrow famously said last year that it was like boring and stuffy. Do you remember the quotes?
Yes.
Do you follow? Was it boring and stuff? What are you doing there?
You know, I have to say, for her benefit, it's a lot easier for a guy to go because you're putting on a tux, but a woman has like 15 different fittings for these couture dresses, and it's a lot of time.
Yes.
And it is one night that you're going.
Yes.
And there's a lot of protocol, and it is sort of a quiet night, but it's a very classy night.
Do you stand all night? I mean, are there chairs? Is there
you go
steak?
through. Well, usually they serve you like an almond. But this year it was this whole Chinese theme, so there actually was great, you know, dumplings, and we had some rice.
Okay. Was it past
Oh,
stuff?
yeah, they had like roast duck that they did table service with you. It was really nice.
Oh, so you sat at a table?
Yeah, we had different tables.
Well, who'd you sit with?
A wonderful woman named Charlotte Ford, who's really good friends with Anna, and Anna said that she wanted us to sit at her table. So very, very nice woman.
Wow, so you were like, you sat with Anna Wintour?
No, we didn't sit with Anna, we sat with Anna's friend that wanted us to sit at her table.
Okay.
No, we were like in the back.
So now you mentioned that you are, but you were still in that building.
No, it was great. We had an amazing time.
So you just mentioned that now that you're New Yorkers, so you live here now.
We moved permanently, yeah.
Are either one of you from New York, tri-state?
No, I'm from Detroit, and Neil's
Hey, Detroit, we love it there.
Represent.
Yeah.
And then Neil's from Albuquerque, but we met in New York City. We were both doing Broadway shows at the time.
Yeah.
I was with my friend Kate Reinders, this bubbly little girl who was my wife in the show, and she was friends with Neil, and we were walking down the street up 8th Avenue between 45th and 46th, and we ran into her friend Neil Patrick Harris.
Was it love at first sight?
Well, I saw him, and he had jet black hair from a show he was doing.
Right.
And I was in another relationship, and I sort of looked at him. I didn't want him to think that I knew he was a celebrity, so I blew him off. I was like, hey, what's up?
Oh, okay. You tried the big time. You tried to cool him.
Yeah, whatever, you know.
Okay.
And then he said, Kate, well done. I'm like, he's really hot.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, no, David's gay.
Okay.
So, and he's circled and circled like a vampire, vulture, for about a month until I broke up with my boyfriend. And then we had a date, and it was, boom, 11 years later.
Nice. All right, so now you live in New York. Do you live here in Chelsea? Do you live in our neighborhood?
We live in Harlem.
All right.
Represent Harlem.
Represent. And so now you've been together for 10 years.
11.
11 years. At what point did you get married?
We just got married last September.
Oh, congratulations. Let me see your ring. Very simple, understated.
Very simple. We like a little masculine. I didn't like the diamonds or anything. I'm not into that.
Yes,
you know?
just because you're gay doesn't mean you like
Exactly.
diamonds on your face. Gotcha. So now, how are Gideon and Harper?
They're amazing. So much fun.
I love how you dress them.
Thank you.
Now that picture is cute, but watch the okay.
That was school picture day.
Are you serious?
That was school picture day, and Gideon, like, I'll put out anything that he wants to wear, and usually we, you know, look through the closet. I get them a lot of different options, and she wanted to wear those boots, and I was like, you can wear the boots, but you got to match something more simple with the boots. I'm trying to teach her about fashion.
Okay, Gideon.
And she's like, no, I want
girl.
this sequins, tulle, tutu, and I'm like, sweetie, no, you got to do one or the other. So we compromised with that, and that's what we came up with.
Oh, they're adorable. So now it gets cold here in New York, and I saw your house in Architectural Digest. Thank you for letting us into your home.
Of course. You can come anytime.
What do you do? Thank you. I'll take you up on that.
Please.
I hear you're a bona fide chef.
I am a chef, yeah.
And you graduated from the Cordon Bleu?
The Cordon Bleu, I graduated a couple years ago when I was acting in LA, and I was in not so great place and not getting many jobs as I did in New York, and my mom died. Suddenly, 20 days leukemia, and I said, what makes me happy? I'm going to go to cooking school because, you know, it's therapeutic, and I get depressed, I make a chicken stock or whatever. So I went to cooking school, and I became a chef.
And so back to your kids.
Yes.
And living here in New York. Because it is very difficult. You know, we have some harsh winters, the snow. What do you do with them to keep them occupied in a building in the middle of the city?
Well, it's really important for me. When we moved in, Neil's like, well, they can have a room for a playroom. I'm like, In the winter, it's not like LA. They can't just go out anytime.
Right.
We need a big playroom. So what we did was, I researched playrooms all over, you know, the internet, and we took half of our basement and turned it into the craziest playroom. It's got swings in it and trapeze.
Wow. And look, a fire pit.
A rock climbing wall, a whole dresser that you open up, and it's got costumes, and a door that opens up that becomes a puppet theater.
That's
and
nice.
It's so much fun for them.
Now, how did it work where both kids have each one of you all's DNAs? Like, one is biologically yours and one is...
It was wild, yeah. We decided to have kids, and it's a lot harder for gay guys. Although we try.
So you called a woman in.
So there was 2 different women involved.
Okay.
There was an egg donor.
Okay.
A really wonderful woman who was anonymous.
Okay.
And we took 2 of our best guys.
Okay.
And implanted them into her egg.
Okay.
2 different eggs.
Okay.
And then implanted them into another woman. So a surrogate who just carried the baby.
Huh? Okay, do you know which one is biologically yours and biologically his? Can you tell through personality?
Yes.
Which one do you think is yours?
The girl is, I think, mine. And the boy is his. He's a little more heady and a little more intellectual.
Yes.
Sort of needs to read people, where she's just like, hey, everybody, I'm here.
Well, you know, you make a wonderful family. Now, tell me about your wonderful play.
Oh, yes, I'm doing this great play on Broadway called It Should Have Been You. It's a great family musical. It's not necessarily everything you think it is. It has sort of a twist, sort of a sixth sense of musicals. It's about 2 families coming together, a Jewish family and a Catholic family, and how they sort of make it happen and make it work.
Right?
But it's good for everybody. People who are gay, people who are straight, people who are Catholic, people who are Jewish, you know, all races, all different types.
Fun for the whole family.
It is. It's fun. It's
all right.
Fun. Go see it.
Well, they told me that you brought me something.
Yes. Yeah. I know you love to snack.
I do.
You love to snack. You like to eat snacks at, you know, watching TV. Well, this is spicy sweet. It is buffalo wing caramel corn.
Oh my gosh. No
so
hot sauce.
I came home last night. I had a show last night, and I said, Neil, will you help me out? And so he had everything meased out for me, and we cooked this for you last night.
You made this?
Of course.
Hey, thank you. It was so nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you.
Don't be a stranger. David Burtka, everybody. Go see David in It Should Have Been You. It's on Broadway at the Brooks Acting Theater. Ask Wendy is next. It's a sizzling hot Monday on Wendy. The hot topics, I have all the kids talking. Look at old Miss Wendy on fleek. Plus, get it twisted.
Anyone can do this look in minutes.
We've got laid back and sexy styles, perfect for spring.
Monday on an all-new Wendy.
We're putting the Cha-Ching in spring. April 23rd through May 20th. I'm calling Lucky Wendy watchers every day with a question about our show. And then it's a spin to see how much they can win. Watching Wendy could pay off big. Get details on how you can enter for your chance to play on my Facebook page now. It's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Good.
Hi, well, my name's Avon, and my boyfriend hasn't had a raise in a really long time. So I've been getting on his case about it, and his supervisor has seen me. So his supervisor told him that if I go on the date with the supervisor, he's going to move my boyfriend up in the company.
How long have you been with the boyfriend?
For about like 5 years.
You have kids together?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know what to do. Should I stay with him? I mean, should I break up with him since he's put me in that position? I don't know what to do.
How old are you?
26.
Okay, you got plenty of time to find another.
Oh.
We are not... Indecent Proposal is a movie. It is not real life.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm serious. All right. Oh.
How you doing, Wendy? All right, here's the thing. My best friend of 10 years is getting married, and she wants me to be one of the bridesmen. Thing is, she wants me to wear a dress or a kilt. Right? Nothing wrong with, guys who wear dresses, but it's not exactly my thing. So I'm wondering if I should just tell her, me being in the wedding is not the best thing right now.
Normally, I would say go along with what the bride says, but you're a gay man?
Wendy, you're a married woman.
Okay. But the point is that I don't like that she's toying with your sexuality one way or the other. If you're not comfortable wearing either one of those, tell her the reason why and that you'd like to do something else, like maybe be an usher. Okay?
That sounds good.
Very well. Very well. Thanks, Wendy. You're welcome. How you doing?
How you doing? Hi, Wendy. My name is Juliana. I have a coworker who is a bit of an oversharer. She's always talking about her sex life to everybody. So my question is, should I have a conversation with her about it or just mind my own business?
Is she a co or are you over her?
A little bit.
Over
but,
her.
a little bit over her, but she's definitely still a co. And I'm trying to look out for her.
Is she young? Oh, my God.
No, definitely mid-30s.
Old enough to know better?
Yes, ma'am.
I would not have a conversation one-on-one with her, but I would wait for her own demise, because see, that's how people climb the corporate ladder. You wait for somebody to be stupid and then you step over them and you move along. Unless you have unless you have a bigger heart than me, because if you have a bigger heart than me, then you should talk to her. However, big hearts are not for the workplace, dear.
All right.
All right. Very well. More Ask Wendy next. So easy to get fabulous Wendy Show bling. Just go to wendyshow.com and click Shop Wendy. T-shirts, Diva fans, and my favorite mugs, plus more. Are you shopping? This is what I love about live TV. Breaking news. Earlier in the show, I was talking about Chris Brown's Naked Intruder. Well, Chris has friends in New York who are watching. He's now posted a picture of the alleged intruder on Instagram. And here's what Chris claims. Look, co-host. I get home and find a crazy individual in my house. She'd broken the hinges off the doors. She found time to cook several meals. She wrote, "I love you" on the walls. She threw my daughter's clothing as well as my dog stuff. Then had all these crazy voodoo things around my crib. Thanks, Chris. Now it's time for more Ask Wendy.
How you doing,
How you
Wendy?
doing?
I'm Kimberly. This is my sister, Sandra.
Hi, you girls.
Good. We actually just met yesterday for the very first time. We had the same father, and we found ourselves through social media.
Aww.
And we decided to come to the Wendy Show for the very first time.
Oh, my gosh.
So our question is, what should we do to make up for lost time while I'm here in the city?
Well, where do you live?
Chicago.
Oh, well, why don't you bring her back to your house and make food? I would say go to a restaurant, but you really have a lot of catching up to do. And pull out your scrapbooks and pictures and things like that. Thank you for making... Do you watch us in Chicago?
I watch you every day.
So thank you for making this be your first experience. Thank you. The Wendy Williams Show, breaking up families and putting them back together. One family at a time. Spring Cha-Ching is next. Yeah, welcome back. It's time to play Spring Cha-Ching, where one lucky viewer could win up to $5,000 on our big wheel. Let's get today's contestant on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Megan Johnson from Waycross, Georgia. How you doing?
Oh my God, oh my God.
Hi, Megan. You're today's Spring Cha-Ching contestant. Have you been watching our show?
Oh my God, I watch it every day, Wendy. Oh my God, I'm freaking out.
Every little tidbit, no bathroom breaks?
No, I don't even go to the bathroom, I swear.
Perfect, perfect. All right, well, it's time to find out how much you're playing for. Suzanne, spin the wheel and flip your hair. So ridiculous. Oh, Megan. Oh, Megan. Oh, Megan. Oh, Megan. Oh, Megan. $3,000. Megan, you're playing for $3,000. All right, Megan, $3,000. You got to listen carefully. You're going to have 15 seconds to answer the question. Your first answer is your only answer, and nobody here is going to help you. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. Yesterday in Hot Topics, we talked about a European pop star named Elena, who was accused of stealing Kim Kardashian accused Kim Kardashian and Beyonce of stealing her style. What country is Elena from? And go! She won't get this.
Serbia.
Megan, you got $3,000 for you, Megan. If you want a chance to be a winner like Megan and win up to $5,000, go to my Facebook page to enter and keep watching every day because we might be calling you. We'll be right back. David Burtka, thank you for the popcorn. I'm going to throw some hot sauce on it and eat it on the after show. I want to thank my co-host, my studio audience. Tomorrow, we're going to give you some great gift ideas for Mother's Day, and another Wendy Watcher is going to have a chance at $5,000 in Spring Cha-Ching, and you know I've got the hot topics, okay? I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy!